The National Transportation Safety Board has released its final report into the deadly I-95 collapse nearly 2 years ago now. The NTSB says the crash resulting in fire and collapse were likely caused by a truck driver's failure to slow down as he exited the highway above the speed limit. The truck was carrying 8,500 gallons of gasoline when it crashed back in June of 2023, causing a portion of the 95 northbound to collapse at Cottman Avenue. The NTSB says the truck driver may also not have been paying attention to the roadway, possibly due to fatigue. 53-year-old Nathan Moody was killed in the crash.
7-11. The remains of the 6 victims on board the medical jet that crashed in the Northeast are heading home.
Karen is in the newsroom with details. Karen.
So overnight they had a somber ceremony right outside of the Mexican consulate in Center City. And so you can see everybody gathering, and in those boxes are the people who lost their lives in that horrific jet crash when it came down by the Roosevelt Mall, of course, in Northeast Philadelphia. And that little girl who died, 11-year-old Valentina Guzman Murillo, she was being treated over at Shriners, and her mother, they were being flown back to Mexico. There was the flight crew on board, very experienced. That is the plane that they were in that crashed. We don't have a lot of the reasons or information behind that still to this day. The head of the Mexican consulate spoke.
We really appreciate everything that has been done, all the solidarity from all authorities, Mayor Parker, Governor Shapiro, and all the first responders have been wonderful, working day and night. And so on behalf of the government of Mexico and on behalf of the families that today will be receiving their loved ones, the remains of their loved ones, we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.
So as soon as they land, there will be a ceremony on the other end back in Mexico City. Also, we lost this man from Philadelphia, 37-year-old Stephen Drouet, is also a father. He was in a car that caught on fire when the plane crashed on top of it. This was the scene when it all happened, that jet plummeting out of the sky shortly after takeoff, landing right near the Roosevelt Mall. So the preliminary report from the NTSB is pretty inconclusive. There was no distress calls, we know, and they didn't get any information from the black box because it had not been recording for years. But finally now those victims are headed back home.
Yeah, certainly giving some comfort. All right, Karen, thank you.